All right, what is the fucking up? Sorry, I'm fucking out of it right now. What is up, guys? Welcome to another episode of the Comedy's Dead podcast with Josh Goldstein. You might have guessed it. I'm Josh Goldstein, and you know that because the only people who listen to this are friends of mine, or family members, or neighbors, or women I have dated in the past who want to mock me. I'm assuming. This is just, a podcast where I talk for as long as I can about whatever, and sometimes it's funny, and usually it probably isn't, but, gotta make that content, baby. This isn't how I'm gonna get successful, let's be honest, we all know that. I'm self-aware on that one. I don't know how I'm gonna get successful with yeah, no, man. I'm just fucking stressed out right now, I've told everybody I was going to move by a certain day, and then I still haven't gotten an official fucking clearance on a job. So that meant I had to push back the place I'm planning on living, so I'm going to have to find something short-term if I do make it out there on time. And I got another interview with another place lined up tomorrow, just in case, but I sent out a bunch of fucking applications yesterday, and I still haven't heard back from anything, and then I sent the follow-up email, and it's just fucking... It's a lot of stress, I gotta fill out a lot of paperwork. I gotta get some money shit figured out, some car stuff figured out, change insurance. That's gonna cost money. Everything costs money. Did you guys know that? Yeah, so I'm just fucking stressed out about that. But worst case, I push back when I leave, and just have more money saved. That couldn't fucking hurt me, but I really want to get there as soon as possible. Because I just need I need a change in life, I'm gonna be really fucking upset to leave New York, if I'm being entirely honest. Like, leaving Boston, I wanted to be gone a long time ago, but I'm having some of the most fun I've ever had doing stand-up in New York. I did the Grizzly Pear all weekend, all McDougal spots, which is better than Midtown. Fucking Jess has really been hooking it up over there. I ended up getting a guest spot on the 8 o'clock Saturday, which was sold out. They were fucking hot. I had a great set. Trying to get a tape out of that. I riffed a little too much for it to maybe be a submission tape. I don't know. I'm gonna have to watch it back when it fucking when they get into the system. But yeah, I don't know. I sent out a fucking tape to a really big festival. I don't want to say which one, but they're the only ones I sent it to. It's got 4 views and 2 likes. And if I get that festival, I'm gonna be insufferable to people who are mean to me. I'm kidding. No, I'm gonna be quietly smug. But yeah, dude, I'm fucking freaking out about that. Then I'm like, fuck, if I move, I don't know, like, what's in the budget for me to go on a fucking trip to the city that it is in. There's also another festival I think I might be getting in October, because I talked to the guy who runs it and whatever. So yeah, dude, I'm fucking, there's just a lot on my fucking plate this week. Yeah, it was a little fucking, I don't know, how much do I say fucking in my life, guys? Are you from Boston? I don't know. I don't know, man, like, I'm fucking, I did it again. Jesus, I really do that so much. Like, it's gonna be crazy when I get out to California, and I just have, like, just a level of road rage and desire to cut people off, and an overuse of the word fuck that people just aren't going to be able to handle, I'm, like, actually a little bit worried about, because, like, I've had really good sets when I've been out there, and I've done a lot of comedy out there, but, like, I was doing Cobb's with Drew Dunn this summer, and, like, it took him a few minutes to figure out, like, how dry I was. And, like, most of the bar shows I've done out there have been fine. But, yeah, I mean, that has me a little fucking worried. Because, like, I swear, like, the fucking best sets I've ever had in terms of consistent basis in my fucking life have been in Manhattan. I just, like, love the crowds there. I love the comics there. It actually feels like I'm doing comedy the way I've always wanted to, Instead of, like, I feel like there's something you kind of have to conform to when you're in Boston and that sort of shit. And I feel like I'm actually, doing it the way that has always felt like I wanted to, and has always been like, this would be the fun way to do it if I could, but it didn't feel like I had the permission. Um, I still did what I wanted to do. It's just I got a lot of shit for it, and it just feels like I don't know. I'm a little worried to like I've been doing New York for almost 7 months now, and I guess end of August, now it's the end of March, or I guess the beginning of April. So, yeah, 7 fucking months doing New York. Yeah, I mean, like that's kind of, it's tough to spend a whole fucking year. I mean, granted, it's just weekends, not every weekend, but I really feel like I'm a New York comic now, and I have like I built a lot of connections. I got some recs to get an audition at a club, but the wait list is really long and all that sort of shit. Yeah, so I'm a little nervous to fucking give up all that fucking progress I've made, because ultimately, like, New York's probably gonna be where I end up long term, because like I waffle with what I actually want out of this fucking thing every day. Because like the more I do comedy, the more I hate comedy. It's just I love being on stage, and everything else about it can fucking kick rocks. But I think really what getting more success in it gives you is a lot more power over your own career, and the decisions you're able to make for yourself. So that's really, what I look forward to out of that. But I don't know, we'll fucking see. I mean, I'm stressed out about to find this fucking job, and I don't know, it's tough, dude. Like I fucking now that it's actually like supposed to be only a couple weeks away, now I'm starting to shit my fucking pants, because it's just like I need a fucking, I need everything to just fucking work out, and it just seems like in life, every time you're like, I need everything to work out, it doesn't work out. That's why I like not being a guy with too much of a plan. Just kind of fucking go off your intuition, because every time you have too strict of a plan, things don't go according to plan, and it's a lot less stress to just be like, taking life as it goes, and have like an idea of what you want. Don't be a fucking like just I'm living in the moment, man. Like fucking work towards whatever, but don't be too attached to the outcome, because be like water, that sort of thing. I've remarked before, this is a somewhat Buddhist podcast for some reason, even though I'm not Buddhist, but yeah, I don't know if man, I'm fucking a little bit nervous, like I'm fucking, it's been a rough fucking winter, I've with the ladies. I mean, I've hooked up with a couple, but nobody have really been that interested. And of course, I meet one right when I'm fucking leaving. So yeah, and I'm trying to fucking, like, I got 4 weekends in New York coming up. I gotta do all this fucking clerical shit. I gotta fucking pack. I gotta clean all of my shit in my house. I have to leave my beautiful fucking TV here, because I can't fucking fit it in the car. It's a really nice TV. My dad threw away the box, so I can't just fucking ship it to myself unless I get it, like, I fucking get another box and get a bunch of styrofoam and all that sort of fucking bullshit. And I don't really want to ship it to myself. I don't know, I do think it would be fucking nice to just, like, move with no TV and force myself to not have a TV, Like, if I could do that and then, like, fucking maybe switch to a flip phone and just only upload on Instagram from my laptop when I need to, I think I'd be so much healthier as a fucking human being. I would love to fucking do that. But I think, like, then the second, like, a video game I like comes out, I'm gonna be like, well, I need a TV. Or, like, a TV show I want to watch, or, anything. I don't have a fucking nice laptop anymore, because it's fucking old. So it's just fucking decrepit, and I need to buy a new one. And it's all this sort of shit. Yeah, I don't know, man. Fucking just, I'm just on edge. Alright? I'm overthinking everything. I'm just fucking, it's a big step in life. I want it to go successfully. And I historically have overshot myself before. So I'm really just trying to fucking, it's you gotta put one foot in front of the other. You can't just like fucking obsess over what's not in your control. Ultimately, yeah, I'm just fucking anxiously refreshing my email at all times, trying to get a fucking email back. Yeah, I'm trying to do that. Fucking trying to manage stand up. I got a huge fucking, or maybe a huge opportunity. I don't know. I'm opening for Matt Ruby this weekend. New York guy. He's really funny. He's connected with some people I already know. So hopefully, I can use that to, maybe, do some stuff. Build some more relationships. Supposed to do Democracy one last time. At the end of April. That's one last time if I fucking move. I ran that show for a while. I got no studio spots coming up. So I guess my last studio spot as a Boston comic was getting drunk and running the light. I killed on the early show, though. Yeah, so fucking, I don't know, man. It's just like, and it's getting, I don't know. It's starting to feel real bittersweet. Not to be all gay about it, but, I don't know. I've wanted to leave for so long, and that's just, it's like, fuck, my friends, and, I'm really not sad about leaving Boston. I'm really not. Like, I don't talk to people from high school anymore. I haven't really made friends as an adult, besides comedy, at least in Boston. I mean, some people in Dead Scene and stuff like that, but, a lot of it's just, like, friends of friends, and, I have made friends. I'm not fucking, not a loser. But, it's just, it's not consistent. It's occasional, like, oh, there's a concert and people in their senior meeting up, or, oh, maybe I'll go with some friends in high school or whatever, so, and then, or just hanging out with comics and bartenders and all that sort of shit. And I just, like, like I said last week, I really gotta, I don't know, I'm nervous about fucking, like, making the right friends and just having community and all that sort of shit, And I don't really want to join a Volo league. Dude, you ever been to a bar that a fucking Volo league shows up at, and you're like, how charmed is your, like, there's no level of cynicism in these people. They're just, like, organically, like, cheerful, talking about boring shit. Like, there's no, like, dude, the amount of people out there who just have no fucking personality, but they seem so much happier than me. Dude, there has to be something to that, Like, if you, like, I'm not talking about, like, dumb people. And they're happy, too. But I'm talking about, like, fucking, sorry. It's this seltzer. I didn't mean to do that. Dude, I'm talking about, like, fucking, like, intelligent people who are just, like, conformists, who just, like, genuinely, I don't even think they thought to think outside of, like, what's normal. Like, the type of people who are, like, they're smart people, they had good grades, and they got good jobs, and they listen to the same shitty fucking pop music that everybody else does, and they have the same shitty taste in fucking pulp TV shows. Like, they say they read, but it's just smut, That's the woman's version. The guy's version is he just gambles. But, yeah, they got nothing. They got nothing going on, like, interesting in their heads besides what everybody else is already fucking doing. It fucking fascinates me that people can be that like, I dated a couple engineers when I was younger, and it was crazy to talk to somebody who had, like, such an genuine understanding of such really complex stuff, who genuinely had no ability to conversate in a way that I found anything interesting. It's insane. Like, I think that's why I generally fucking date women who are mean to me, but I don't mean that in like a bad, I just mean, like, chicks who bust my balls. But I feel like I generally date, like, fucking, like, weird people, but not in, like, a bad, like, I like weird, you know what I mean? Like, I like girls who are fucking, like, like, a chick I just met, she's, like, a fucking musician, like, I've never dated a comic, but, like, you know, that's because none of them in Boston are hot. I did think I always thought I had like I don't want to date comics rule, but then I was in New York and I like, I met some girls I would have. Um, and I was like, oh no, it wasn't that I didn't. It is a bad idea. Don't get me wrong, but like, I'm dumb and horny, so of course I would do it. And it made me realize like, oh, it's yeah, no, it's not. It's easy to say you have a rule when you're not attracted to anybody who would break the rule. It's really hard to have a crush on somebody and not want to jump at the opportunity. You fucking crazy? Of course I'm going to I'm going to like, yeah. Of course I'm going to make a mistake. Do you know how this actually reminded me of something, right? Like I think, hear me out, really beautiful women should have to wear burqas. Not for any... Don't make this too weird in how you hear it. It's just the amount of times I've made driving decisions that could have jeopardized many lives because I couldn't stop staring at a girl is honestly fucking astonishing. It happened today. I drove through a red light because I was staring at a girl who was jogging. Nothing foul. She had a pretty face. She had a nice butt too, but and I like caught and I like I turned out and like luckily nobody was coming through at that time. But like, how do you tell the police officer you're like, hey, I'm not at fault. Those cheeks are, I think I get Saudi Arabia now. I get it. I get it. They're too distracting. Like people say men don't value women's opinions, and that's true, but like how am I supposed to focus on what you're saying when you're so pretty? That's not fair. I can't listen to your story while I'm lost in your eyes, okay? I'm only so human, ladies. I don't know, man. I fucking there's another funny thought I had about that. I might have lost it. Well, it wasn't really about that. It was like on the same theme. But how did I get here? I was distracted. Maybe that was it. I don't know. How many minutes have I done so far? Is this good? Do you love me? 18. Alright. That's not that bad. I don't know. I was supposed to do fucking open mics tonight, but I haven't done that. I don't know, because it's just... I have, like, nothing fucking new I wanted to try, I think it was that burger thing. The other one I had was, is this funny? Actually, I shouldn't have... See, maybe, you know what? I'm not going to say it now. I'm going to try to frame it conversationally and then come back to it at some point in the podcast. And, if you notice, you notice. But if you don't, well, you don't. Isn't that the goal, right? If this is talking to yourself to just try to get ideas out and then realistically probably not listening back to it and getting any ideas out of it. Isn't that what this is for? I need to listen back to my sets more. I'm so bad at it. I don't know, man. Dude, I'm so like fucking... I really want to work more. Like, I get paid way too fucking much to work as little as I... Like, I work 3-4 hours a day. Problem is, dude, you can't sit down if you're gonna do shit at night. You know what I mean? Like, you can't sit down and recharge after work and then go do shit at... Like, I don't understand how people work from home and are productive at night. You can't be. Right? Because, like, I get home from work and it's fucking 2-3 in the afternoon, but I don't have responsibilities. So I can sit on my ass, I can, like, read, I can fucking, my knee is still fucked up from last summer. I got it checked out. I think I would have to, like, do PT. I'm not fucking doing that. I don't know. I don't fucking know. I feel sore. I think I'm hitting that age, right? Where it's like, I was 27 last year. Dude, I met a girl at a bar the other day, and then she asked how old I was. And I had to think for a second because I hadn't eaten all day. And then I still said the wrong number. I said 27 and 28. Isn't that? No, that was embarrassing. But she doesn't know that. I'm supposed to hang out. So I got to find a way to subtly be like, I wasn't lying to you. I'm just, stupid. But yeah, dude, I sprained my fucking knee. I got checked out. It was just, they think it's just a sprain. But, like, it hasn't healed. It's been almost a fucking year. And now I'm just realizing, like, oh, this is going to hurt progressively worse for the rest of my life. That's the age I'm at. You know? Like, dude, that's what, like, I was thinking about, like, because I was talking to somebody yesterday, like, maybe I fucking, like, I want to do something with my body because I still have energy. But, like, I'm afraid, like, I don't want to do, like, slow pitch softball, right? Because, like, that's, like, it's too much of, like, a fucking beer league. Like, I want something semi-competitive, but you're a fucking loser if you play adult men's real, like, amateur baseball. You're a fucking pathetic trying to relive your fucking glory years. Don't do that. I need, like, a middle ground where it's, like, you try a bit, but, like, I don't know. If I'm playing third, I'm not getting in front of the ground ball. Are you fucking insane? Like, I'm not losing my teeth over amateur sports at fucking 28 years old. I'm not doing that. I don't want to win that bad. I want to just have fun and, like, move my body. I have a blown out shoulder and a fucked up knee anyway, so, who even knows if I can play well? But, I don't know. I think that'd be fun. I need to do something. I'm fucking bored. I don't know. I like sports. I really miss playing sports. I've been thinking about that a lot lately. But I don't. I mean, you couldn't pay me to go back and play football now with what I know about brain damage. That's insane. It is crazy that we let our kids play football. It's my favorite sport I ever played, genuinely. But, well, baseball's, I don't know. Football was the one I wanted to apply myself the most at, but baseball was the most fun. I think the reason I didn't apply myself more at baseball was because it was so fun. And I was pretty, I was pretty good at it, but, it still bothers me that I blew out my shoulder right before I could have made varsity because the head coach told me I had it before we even had tryouts. Anyways, yeah, I'm still grumbling about high school sports. You know what? I didn't have a good, I'm like I don't know how to articulate this thought in a funny way. There is, like, an Uncle Rico thing there of, like, I didn't get to achieve my dreams in high school sports, Like, and part of me would have loved to, like, be a star at that age and peak, and then just be a fucking loser for the rest of my life. I know I have, like, a personality now, but, like, that's because of the low self-esteem that those formative years caused. It's not because things went well for me before the age of 23. Like, it's because. It's because I was sad, so I had to develop interest of my own, because nobody else wanted to hang out with me. Anyways, I don't know, man. I'm fucking just, I'm just on edge. The Red Sox suck. I'm going to the game with my dad on fucking Easter / his birthday. I don't know. What, dude? I really fucking hope John Henry sells the team. Like, the complete disregard that fucking man has for us. I was actually thinking today, dude, I think sports owners should be able to be voted out, like, in, like, a mutiny situation and forced to walk a plank if the season ticket holders don't approve of how they manage the team. I think they should be able to be voted out. They should have to walk off a plank into the high seas. Maybe not that part, but I think it would be fun. And the league should mandate them sell the team to somebody who actually gives a shit, because they are the third most profitable team in fucking baseball, and they refuse to have a payroll that is competitive whatsoever, and to just accept how much high talent players cost these days. They act like they're a fucking small market team. And, like, they'll sign someone who's, like, yeah, like, a small market team wasn't signing Ranger Suarez, or when he was a free agent, Trevor Story. But like you signed Trevor Story and then didn't give Xander decent money. You know, you sign Trevor Story and you won't pay Mookie Betts. You trade Mookie Betts to get off of fucking David Price's contract. It's like, dude, this is the third most profitable team in baseball. Even if you take a loss on the luxury tax, you still make money. Not to mention the fucking TV deal. Like, he treats the fucking... It's like, they won a bunch of World Series under him. They won 4, not to brag. And then after that 2018 team, he has just demanded they operate like the fucking Oakland Athletics. It's just an investment to him now. He doesn't even care about winning anymore. It's just, this is something that will perpetually make me money. And until, this is like a real... I think politics literally works the same way. Until you stop, until you stop fucking buying shit through Amazon, Amazon's gonna be this powerful. You don't want, then fucking pony up a couple extra dollars and go to the mom and pop store. Just accept that you're gonna have less luxuries in your life because you're supporting the fucking things in your communities. And I'm saying that, but, baseball. Don't buy the t-shirt. Go to the game. Don't get concessions. Fuck them. Don't go to the game. I literally only go to the games because my fucking, my dad has season tickets. So, of course, I'm not paying any money. But I don't want to give that guy my fucking money. He doesn't care about, baseball's like the one of the few things I truly care about in life. And he's robbing me of it. This is what Red Sox fans felt for 86 years. Can you believe that? And they still cared. Even when the ballpark was literally fucking empty every single game, my dad kept the season tickets. That's how much real fans are fucking insane. But you know what? Good news. The Celtics are going to win the title this year, so that's pretty sick. Jason Tatum just got his fucking 5th triple-double of his career. 18 rebounds and 25 points. And Jaylen Brown scored over 40. And they put up 140 fucking 7 or 8 on the Miami Heat tonight. They beat the Thunder the other day. Shea's finally getting called for push-offs. Things are looking up for the boys. Apparently the Bruins are doing really hot. I don't care about the Bruins that much, if I'm being entirely honest. But if we go on a cup run, I'll pretend I've cared the whole time. That's how I kind of do that. But, I don't know. Patriots lost the Super Bowl. We haven't traded for A.J. Brown. I don't know if I want. I don't really want to. It's going to be like fucking $40 million a year. He's a very good receiver, but, think of what else you could spend $40 million on. You only have a couple years until Drake May is off his fucking rookie contract. He's already 2 years in. You got fucking 3 years to pony up money to build a fucking contender so he can bring another Super Bowl. And then you just hope he takes Tom Brady deals and makes less money. I don't know. What else are we going to do? Yeah, I don't know. That's Boston Sports Talk. I don't know. I did fucking 4 spots last weekend. I was a really good boy about it, though. Sorry, just fucking a little stuffed up. Allergies. Dude, I felt my asthma for the first time in years the other day. I swear to God. I really haven't felt asthmatic in a very long time. And I was like, I don't know. It's Friday. I was doing that thing where I would take a deep breath and I would start wheezing like a fucking, that dog in Toy Story. Oh, his name's Wheezy. Oh, that's a bad joke. It wasn't supposed to be that. That was just the reference I thought of. What's it called? Yeah, I did good, I did have a couple, I had 2 beers, but I'm that's my limit, unless I'm planning on getting drunk, I can't just keep stumbling into fucking crazy party nights, because if literally anybody goes hey, we're gonna do this, I'm down, and I don't know. If it's hey, we're going to a party and we're going to party, I'll party, but I'm trying to fucking be good, dude. I'm trying to, maintain a sleep schedule. Fucking focus on what I can't, I need to. Also, I'm sick of, I don't even feel like shit that much when I drink, because I'm pretty good at, I drink a lot of water, and, I don't drink that much, I don't get that drunk, but I do, I will stay, because alcohol is weird, where it's if you don't get too drunk, it kind of acts as a stimulant. It's if you have one beer, you feel great. If you have two beers, you feel like shit. And if you have, like, because you're, like, on the threshold of, like, buzzed. Because you're, like, buzzing hard, but you're not, like, loose yet. So you're kind of, like, 1 foot in regular, 1 foot in buzzed. Or 1 foot in buzzed and 1 foot in drunk, let's be real. And then you get to that third beer, and you're like, all right, now I'm feeling it. And then, like, you're good until you get, like, plastered. And I'm good at getting to that level and maintaining. So I'm never, like, I'm really never hungover or anything like that. So it's not, like, anything like that. It's just, like, if I'm feeling good, I want to feel good as long as possible. And that's a problem, you know? So, yeah, I don't know. I've been really good, you know? I've really been, trying to get my shit together. But, you know, I don't know. Maybe a girl will hurt my feelings again, and I'll just go on a bender. Who knows? I don't know, man. I'm trying to figure it out, dude. Fucking, I'm running out of things to talk about. I don't know what's going on, you know? Do I do that much in life? I mean, what did I do last weekend besides comedy? What did I do last week besides comedy? Yeah. I don't know. Dude, today's 1 year since my fucking Europe trip last year. It's fucking crazy. I don't know, I'm sure people who listen to this know me, so they know I did it. I went backpacking for like a month in Europe last year. And it started April 1st, in London. I can't really tell you that story. I really should not tell that story until the time is right in life. Yeah, but let's just say if you're going on a big trip like that, and your first night, you're like sad and lonely, and you're like, I've never been, not really sad and lonely, but you're just bored, and you know you don't know anybody yet, and your hostel sucks. So you're like, all right, let me go to a fucking pub and just meet some locals, right? So I walk into this. I was staying in Chelsea, which is like a fucking posh ass neighborhood. Like it's not like a good, you know, it's not where I should have stayed. And also like so when I'll get there. I'll tell the whole story. Yeah, my hostel sucked. Nobody was hanging out there. My room sucked too. But yeah, so I go to I found like the one real fucking pub in Chelsea. And I'm just like, you know, sitting there drinking, you know, talking to some people, and then like these fucking Irish guys on a business trip come in, and yeah, dude, we had a fucking night. Just fucking drinking Guinness with these fucking cool ass Irish dudes. I don't want to give too much discerning information because of how the night ended, but yeah, they bought me a bag of cocaine. That was pretty cool. We go to a second bar. They made me like take one of those whatever, like those shots that they poured the thing in and they set it on fire. And then I remember drinking that, and I don't remember anything after that until I came out of the situation that I don't want to tell you about. But I did lose my headphones that night, and that was very stressful for the rest of the trip. Although it did make me stay in the moment, like present, and like listening to the street sounds. And I actually think that was like a good thing in a weird sense. But yeah, dude, it was fucking amazing. I mean, I saw like I didn't do like a lot of like the museum shit that I wanted to do. Like I wanted to go to the British Museum and the British Natural History Museum, and I wanted to go to Le Louvre. I wanted to go to the Palais de Justice. It's like I think it's like a prison or something. But it was like it's built on the remnants, like some of the towers on the bank of the Seine. I mean, like I walked by and all that sort of shit. But some of the towers on the bank of the Seine are like from the first castle in France, like of the kings of France, like early medieval. And then directly across, like not directly, well, I guess kind of directly across it. Is where the Louvre was built, and then the Louvre kind of was too big, so they built the Tuileries, which is gone now because it was burnt in the what's the 1871 uprising called? Paris Commune. Is that the one from fucking Les Miserables? Oh, sorry, I'm doing my terrible French accent now, but Yeah. So fucking I really wanted to see that. And then also in that same complex was Saint Chapelle, which was like the king's private church. It's fucking beautiful in pictures, but a lot of that stuff I didn't realize how far you had to book out. So I walked by Notre Dame, but like the fucking Notre Dame, but the line was so big that I just didn't end up fucking going in because I didn't want to wait. And then Église Saint Eustache is in Les Halles. That was the best church I saw, maybe in all of fucking Europe. It was fucking beautiful. There were some really cool ones in Ghent, in Ghent. I think that's how you pronounce it. I had like a whole fucking trip, man. I was, I saw Westminster Abbey was fucking amazing. That was like the one thing I really did. Was Westminster Abbey. Yeah, I saw the outside of Buckingham Palace, and I walked around London a lot. Saw a lot of shit there. Did some comedy. I didn't do any in London. I hung out at some shows. And ended up meeting comics that like wanted to hang out and just met some cool people. I didn't think the comedy in London was that good, but I did find the comedy in Ireland not as good as America, if we're being honest. But there were some really fucking funny people. Like they actually felt like fucking comics, whereas like I did a bunch of shows in Paris, and that was really fun because it's like mostly tourist audiences or like expats and stuff like that. So you're basically playing to Americans and like and then people who are like really fluent in English because they're like English comedy shows. And that was really cool because I met some cool people. Like I was doing I met like a lot of the cast of The Last of Us, like not the fucking girl and not Pedro Pascal, but like the guy who plays Tommy, which I haven't seen the show, but I played the games. And like that fucking really famous chick Isabella Merced, she's beautiful in person. She was there. Fucking this guy Young Mazzino was there. He's pretty successful, I guess. I don't know. I didn't know who any of these fucking people were, but I just hung out with them at the show, and they were really cool. And like Andy Huggins, who's like a fucking Houston legend, was in town, and he fucking headlined the show. He had like a huge Don't Tell. He's like that old guy who had the giant Don't Tell set a couple years ago, like all dry one-liners. He was really fucking funny. The comics were great to hang out with. There's a lot of like German comics, actually. I think like 2, and then to me that's a lot because everybody else was American and traveling. And then there was like one French kid. But it was like all English comedy shows, and there's a lot of Americans in the audience and stuff like that, and, like Nigerians, people like going to like international schools in Paris, and people traveling, people expats, that sort of thing. So that was really cool. And like Paris was a fucking dream. So let me get there. Yeah, I did a couple days in London. Stayed at a few places. I went to the fucking I didn't intentionally go to the Harry Potter train thing, but I was staying up there, so that's the train station I got off at. They had a really cool fucking day market. I got some awesome fucking like real chai. I'd never had that before. That was fucking awesome. I got like fucking Scotch eggs and meat pies, and I ended up going to Bath. Because it seemed beautiful. Like I was literally like every day I was just kind of like vibing with like I didn't really have a plan. Like I wanted to go up to York and I didn't make it because I wanted to see like because that was the first like Viking settlement, Jorvik. Of like a cool Viking museum there. I didn't make it up there. Like I didn't make it up to like Liverpool or anything like that. Like I wanted to go to down to like the seaside, see the cliffs of Dover. I wanted to see I mean there's so much, like I can't wait to get fucking back there. But I ended up going to Bath because I was on like a real like ancient history kick before I went, and like I would have just gone to fucking like Rome and Greece and that sort of stuff, but I stayed in northwestern Europe because I had the only reason I went out was because I had a wedding I was going to, and I was like, well, I'm not flying to fucking Europe and not seeing Europe, so I kind of did that. But Bath. The reason I'm saying it like that is because they all made fun of me because whatever. It's not how you're supposed to pronounce it. It was absolutely beautiful fucking town. They built it in like a neo-classical style in like the late... it was obviously built before that, but they basically rebuilt all the buildings in neoclassical style in like the late 1800s. So it looks like a fucking, like a continental European fucking city. But it was built but it's just fucking in England, and it's on the site of like a natural hot spring. So they're still operating baths today, but obviously it's called Bath because the Romans built it was one of the main Roman cities in London or in England, because of the hot springs and like the current church, which is like where the second king of England was crowned or something like that. I have a picture of the plaque. I forget who it was. Maybe Charles II. Was crowned there. And it's built like directly on the site of the Forum, and like they have the Roman Bath is still fucking there. You can go on a tour of like the ruins of it, which is where I got most of the information about Roman Bath. The town, not Roman Baths. Yeah, it was fucking incredible. It's dark and dingy, and it's all that old fucking Roman stone. And you get to drink the water at the end. It's pretty cool, but you get to actually see like the fucking bath. And the water's not, I guess, as clean as it. It's not like, because the pipes are all fucking like lead and shit like that like from like Rome. Turns out everybody in Rome had lead poisoning. Who knew? But they don't operate like the actual Roman bath anymore. So it's like that water's all dirty and murky, but they do let you like put your hand in and like drink the actual running mineral spring water, like hot spring water at the end of the tour. I mean, like there's no way to describe. I mean, the amount of artifacts, like all the coinage, and they have like the whole complex excavated. So you go through like all these different rooms. They have a cold room and they had a hot room, and like this is the woman's cold room, this is the men's cold room, this is the men's, all this sort of shit. Like these are the changing rooms. This is where like this class was able to go. This is where this class. It was fucking fascinating. And that was also a cool town because like there was a great hostel. I made some cool friends there. But there was also like fucking. It's like a university town, so like there was like fun shit to do. I mean, I didn't go out. I just hung out with the kids in the hostel. I kind of wish I went out. I'm not saying that one. But what's it called? I'll just say I met like a really cute girl when I was there, and then she like wanted me to come back wanted me to stay an extra day, but I ended up going to Stonehenge the next day, and she was really beautiful, and I kind of regret it. But I also had the best fucking fish and chips I had in England there and in Ireland. It was a little fucking shack. It was fucking amazing. But what's it called? Where was I going with that? Oh yeah, no, it was a really just and like it. What's it called? They like that specific area still does real ales. So like when we think of like an ale today, it's really just kind of like, I mean, it's a different thing than like an actual real ale is like a fresh beer. You can only drink it within like 3 days, and it spoils. But they have like there's a local brewery that still does it, and they service like most of the bars or a lot of like the popular bars in town, like the pubs, like the old pubs. I met this fucking guy who like ran like the oldest continually operating pub in Bath, which is also like a micro kitchen. I forget what they're called. What's it called? But fucking I guess it's micro pub. That's what they're called. It's like a pub with like the gastro pub. That's what it is. And fucking he gave me like the real ale, and we just like talked for a while, and he was like really fucking cool. I met so many fucking cool people out there. Now I'm getting way too fucking deep into this podcast telling this fucking story. But yeah, I did that, and then the next day I went to Salisbury, which is where you take the bus there to Stonehenge. But I also walked around the town of Salisbury, and the cathedral there, I did the tour for that. And I didn't realize there was an all-in ticket to do the cathedral and Stonehenge and Old Sarum. So I spent an extra £30. I didn't need to. But the cathedral there is fucking amazing because it's like it has one of the 3 fucking extant original copies of the Magna Carta. So I got to see one of the original copies of the Magna Carta, like the original fucking 3. I saw one of the later reproductions, like 20 years after the fact, at I think Trinity Church in Dublin. That was also cool. But I went to a lot of churches. They're beautiful. Dude, the fucking cathedrals out there made me real. Imagine you're just like a fucking peasant, and then you walk into a cathedral. Of course you're gonna be like, yeah, God is someone to be feared. I agree. Like, just this fucking scale of that shit is just, it's truly mind-boggling. But yeah, dude. But that cathedral is considered one of the best examples of early medieval architecture, because most cathedrals took hundreds of years to build, like 300-400 years, like 200 to 400 years. But that one only took like 86. So like it has a really consistent architectural style throughout the whole thing, which is really fucking cool. And yeah, just fucking, it blew my mind. And then, going to Stonehenge, I did take acid to go to Stonehenge, which was pretty cool. It's a British heritage site, so you can walk around all the grounds. So I just like went out, like there's like the whole Stonehenge mystery is fascinating. Like, they don't even know anything about the culture that built it. And there's like basically like this tamped down ground that they call the Stonehenge Road that goes from the river up through the hills and then over to Stonehenge. So that's obviously how they, like, where they drag the stones through. And they had to like get the stones from upriver. How did they have the fucking technology to keep stones that heavy on a fucking boat at that point? Who fucking knows? I mean, the whole thing is crazy. But I just went and walk around that, and there's about 1,200 barrows in that area, like burial mounds. And then there's a couple prominent ones that they call the King's Barrow, because they assume that the king, like the tribal leaders of this culture, were buried in there. So like, there is a fucking power that I felt standing on those fucking King's Barrows, because I was like climbing on them and shit. And like being in Stonehenge and tripping. And I met this crazy guy. That was cool. And, dude, I met this little old fucking English deadhead. Because I was wearing, like, it was right after the Unbroken Chain shows, like the Phil birthday shows, right after he died. And he was like, asking if I was a deadhead, and he was telling me stories about like seeing them in 81 and 90 when they came to town. Unfortunately, he wasn't at the fucking Lyceum shows and the Wembley shows in 72, because those were the shows to be at. But yeah, it was so fucking cool. And he was telling me about, there's like this festival of like British deadheads that gets together every single year. And he was telling me to come back and go to Stonehenge on the solstice and do the sunrise ceremony, because that's when they actually let you go in and like touch the stones, and they have like this whole pagan ritual, and it's really fucking far out, man. You get to see Stonehenge actually align with the sun. That'd be fucking amazing. But I ended up, like, I was supposed to take the train back to London from there right away, and then I ended up like sitting down at this pub with these like local kids. Not really kids, they were about my age. And I just like ended up shooting the shit with them for like 4 hours, and we just like really got to know each other, and we didn't get each other's contact info, and I really regret that, because they're really cool people. And just like learning about their life growing up there and all that sort of stuff, and what it's like to be from like a little English village. And I don't know, it was so beautiful and quaint, and there's like this little creek running through it, and there's children running around playing soccer after school. It was just fucking beautiful. Yeah, and I went back to London for another night, and then I'd spend a day walking around, like, seeing all the Roman sites in London. The old Roman amphitheater is, like, located under some fucking museum, and they let you go down there, and it's really fucking cool. And then they have, like, Mithraic cult temple, the cult of Mithras. They excavated one of those under the Bloomberg Gallery, and they have like this whole fucking made up, pagan chanting thing. That was kind of cool. And get to be in like this room where this actual fucking Roman cult was fucking operating. And seeing some like the Roman walls by the Tower of London. I didn't have time to go. I didn't have time to go into the Tower of London and see all that, which was a bummer. So I had to make my train to Paris, and then I'm at like 50 minutes, so I'll pick this up next week, maybe. Otherwise, have a good week. You know, yeah, I'll try to be back next week. We'll see. I'm fucking, I'm doing my thing. All right. I don't know. I'm fucking tired. I'm out of it. This probably wasn't the funniest podcast, but I hope it was interesting. Yeah, everybody have a good week. Peace out.